All right, then now that we've installed our React, we have our React app running. We can now start building our front-end application. So the first thing we need to know, the first thing we need to do is we need to start with the header design. So let's just go ahead and see Bootstrap Nava. So yeah, so this is an example of Bootstrap Nava, but we want a very simple type, something like this. So I'm just going to copy this because this is exactly what we want. So we're just going to copy this, but then before we start using it, we need to actually do some few things. First of all, we need to disable this strict mode. um, what this actually does is if your app is in the developmental phase, it renders each component twice. So any function or any logic you wrote within your um use effects hook is going to run twice. So let's just disable this because that's just how I like it. All right then, so we need to actually import our bootstrap right here within the file, and we can actually import it from here. Let's just say import uh, and this will be bootstrap. So we actually want to import the css file because we don't actually need the javascript file because we're going to be doing everything um, based on React. So we don't actually need the JavaScript, we only need the CSS part of the Bootstrap. So we're going to say bootstrap dot CSS. Hope this works. Yeah. So if we go over to our React app and do this, yeah, we get this error that we can't actually resolve that, and that's because we get the spelling correct. So we want to actually use the minified version, and let's just check the spelling if we get the spelling correct. All right, so I think we have that now. All right, I think we're having a problem with the spelling here. So this is actually bootstrap. Yeah. Okay, so let's check that again. Yeah. So we've imported that, and I think that's all we need to do for this file. And let's just close this. So to actually check if we did import everything correctly, so let's go within our app right here, and let's just say we're just going to delete all this because we don't actually need them. They are just boilerplate codes. And right here we can just do a simple button and give it a class name of btn and btn primary, just to test if we actually have bootstrap working. Let's just say get started, and we should close this. And let's this is actually a button so we have the wrong tag. And let's just see this. Let's just wait for that to reload. Yeah, so you can see we have bootstrap right there, and we can just go do away with this. So the first thing we need to do right here is to actually make a very good design. We don't actually need this, and we don't actually need the uh, css. So what we need is just going to be like this. So the first thing we need to do is to actually design what our page will actually look like. So let's go ahead, we've copied this, and let's just paste this right here. Yeah, let's just paste this right here. And you can see we have some issues with this. The first one is that React uses class name, why this is just class name. So to actually fix this, just press Ctrl F, and you can just replace all class with class name, and this should do. And let's just replace all. Yeah, so we have that. And the next thing is we need to actually modify this design. But let's just go ahead and check that out. You can see we have this nice nav bar right now. So let's just go ahead and just start editing, and that will actually give us everything we look in the final phase. So let's just go ahead and start editing. So for to be light, because I just want it to be light. So nothing dark. So I'm just going to say nav bar. And this will be light, okay? And the PG, this is just going to be light also. So these are just basic CSS, and yeah, so you can see we have that light right there. So this like the basic stuff. And for the container, I only want container, not container fluid. And this was going to push it. Yeah, you can see it's actually pushed that. And right here, we can have like an app name. We can have like an app name, and we're just going to call this shopping. Um, but let's just do something. I don't like our coding test, most test on my project, and this is because the test could change later. So I do create a folder. I call it config, and I put most of the tests that I know that are essential. So let's just go into our source folder. So right here within our source folder, let's go ahead and create a folder called config, and this will hold configurations all our configurations for the app, both our environment configurations and app configurations. So let's just call this configs. Okay, so right now we need to like create a new JavaScript file, and this will be app config.js. So just keep following me as I'm doing it. Even though you don't understand, just keep following me. So right here, we want to create a constant. So we're going to export a constant, and this will be app underscore name. So we want to give this app a name. So I'm just going to call it Sonawap. Um, or you can just call it whatever you want. So we're going to call that Sonawap, and right here, what we need to do is we need to actually use that app name that we've created. So this will be app underscore name, and we need to actually import that from config. So you can see we've imported that from config, and we have the app name right there. So anytime I need to change the app name, I just go into this variable and change that. Simple as that. And the next thing we need to do is